cannot believe I'm doing this video. I am already changing things about my kindergarten school year for my son, and we're gonna talk about it. So, hi, my name is Brooklyn. I am a homeschool mom of 3. I only homeschool 2 of them, but I have 3 kids, which is crazy. And I'm sorry if you hear noise in the background. My kids are always here, so there's always going to be noise. So let's talk about this real quick, because I made a video previously on my kindergarten homeschool curriculum picks. And I also made a video on why I switched to these curriculum picks from Abeka. So essentially why I left Abeka. I have 2 videos up, and I will link them below so you can watch those if you would like to. I am not sticking to the curriculum, to all of the curriculum that I chose for my kindergarten year this year. So I am going to talk about the changes that I am making in this video. We literally just started our kindergarten school year like 2 weeks ago, the first week of May. And in another video, sorry, I'm talking about all my videos right now. In another video, I talked about how we plan our year-round school schedule. And so we started this year in May, and we'll start next year in January. But we're literally 2 weeks in, and I've already decided to change things. So let's talk about that, because I just feel so silly. Anyways, okay, so first things first, this is like the biggest change I think that I'm making. I decided not to order the books from The Good and the Beautiful, the kindergarten course book. I decided to use the free PDF online, print them out, and I'm so glad I did, because we're not sticking with it. So I put it just in this like little binder, and so right here, like I laminated the first page just to make it like kind of more professional looking. It's not at all, but and we've been through like about 10 of the lessons so far. So my son, like we just have been working through these pages here in this binder, and we're gonna go until the new curriculum gets here in this. We like it, it's cute. But I said in my last video that I just had this suspicion that it wasn't going to be enough, and I'm learning a lot about myself as a homeschool mom, and I feel like The Good and the Beautiful is more gentle in its approach, and my son like soared, going from not knowing his letters to basically reading with Abeka, even though we didn't finish it, the K4 program. And so I'm going back to Abeka for K5, and it is also what I will be starting my preschooler on after preschool this year. So come January, we will also be doing K4 with him. And I already have the K4 curriculum lesson plan book for parent-led. What I did last year that I didn't like, or that didn't work for us, was the full year, full subjects, all subjects video instruction, and that was too much for my children. It was too much screen time, too much work, too many worksheets, too many books, too much time sitting down, even incorporating breaks. It was just too much, and I go into all of that in that video. This year we are just going, well, this year for my kindergartner, K5, we are just doing the language arts program. So this is the K4. I already have this, and I went ahead and ordered K4 child kit and then some other parent resources for my upcoming 4-year-old for next year. So that's what we'll start for him, and I'll talk about preschool for him in another video. And we're gonna ditch the Good and the Beautiful and move on to Abeka K5. So what I did order, I ordered all of this last night. It was kind of like I was up till midnight like researching. It was between All About Reading and Abeka, and essentially I went with Abeka because I know Abeka and love Abeka, and I am going at it with a different approach this time. So I ordered the K5 manual, and there will be other things, other kits and books and stuff like that. So I ordered what I needed for K5 language arts, plus like the parent like teaching manipulatives and charts. I will be starting the K5 as soon as it gets here. We will start K4 with my youngest next year. So I'm really excited about that, starting Abeka again. I had a feeling that The Good and the Beautiful just wasn't going to be enough for us. And I'm sure it's good. I'm sure if I like continued on and kept going with it, that we would get something out of it. But I just feel like it's just not doing it for me for some reason. So that's the first change I'm making. We're switching to Abeka for language arts. We're keeping up with the Math with Confidence kindergarten level. It's good so far. Lessons are quick, easy, to the point. My kid is liking them right now. So we're enjoying that, and we will probably be sticking to that for next year. Skill sharpeners, we're still doing and liking with the geography subject. This is easy, open and go, like easy work, and I feel good about that. So we will consider a history curriculum for next year, but for this year, that's all really we're doing, and we're happy with it. Astronomy. I wanted to start this, my son wanted to start this, and we just didn't do it because when we got started and we opened up this book and I started reading to him, it just wasn't giving him life. He just wasn't really like as into it as we both like wanted him to be, and I was going to like order the junior notebook and be like, okay, let's add this in so like it's a little bit more hands-on and it's not just me reading to him. And I decided against that because I felt like this might be a little bit too much for kindergarten. So we're gonna ditch this and save it for his first grade year. So we're gonna save that for next year. What I'm doing for science instead, I am not a nature study kind of mom. I've been looking into them. I've like downloaded a couple of different like unit studies, samples, and signed up for the Love of Homeschooling Nature Study subscription, and all of that is just too much for me. And honestly, I think it's too much for my kid too, because with just what we're doing right now with the Good and the Beautiful language arts, math, and then we're also doing Spanish and the skill sharpeners, geography, which we only do that like a couple of days a week. I already feel like we're doing, like we're at our capacity. So I didn't want to add in any more to my plate or to my child's plate. That was like too hands-on, too much, even though he is a hands-on learner. I know that probably makes no sense, but I just felt like I was getting overwhelmed. Nature study stuff, like it's just not my thing. We'll explore that maybe again in the future, but we're gonna go with IXL. I signed up. It's an online little program. What I don't like about it is that based on what I can tell, there aren't like lessons. It's kind of like working on skills, and it's all right now. So we've signed up for the all subjects package. It's like $20 a month, and we're basically just using it for science because I want something to fill the science gap that we have right now, and it does have some pretty good kindergarten level like activities and lessons there. I'm fighting a cold right now. Okay, so we're doing IXL for science, and so far that was really easy. We did actually our first lesson of it today. We did like 3 little lesson activities, which my son like breezed right through. They were really good. I picked the easiest ones I could find because I want him to feel like comfortable using it. So we started with the easiest kindergarten lessons I could find, and I think that will fill the gap that we have right now, and it should work really, really well for us for this year. I am hoping to actually go back to our Apologia astronomy and move on with all Apologia in the following years, but we will see how that goes. I believe the last change we're making is adding in a Spanish curriculum, and I did explore the Spanish add-on to IXL. It's like a $5 per month add-on if you do Spanish. I don't feel like that's going to work for us. So we are using the Masterbooks Academy Spanish course. It's like an all ages video course, and the instructor, she's awesome. She speaks almost 100%, like, well, I wouldn't say 100%, probably like 90% in Spanish in the course, and she'll speak Spanish and then she'll say like what she said in English if needed. And my kids are really loving it. Like, they love that right now. So we're actually in our free trial now, which is coming to an end. I think you get like the first like week of lessons or something like that for free, and it's coming to an end, and we've loved it. My kids have loved it and they're really excited about it. So we are adding Spanish in, and we are using the Masterbooks Academy Spanish course for that, and I'm so excited about it because I do it with them, and I've taken Spanish in high school and college, but I like learning alongside them because it's always nice to have a little bit of a refresher anyway as an adult. I think the big one that was, well, science and language arts were both stressing me out because I felt like I needed something for science. I don't feel like I have to have it, but I just wanted to. Wanted to have something for science, and then I felt like with language arts, I just wasn't satisfied with what we were doing. It just wasn't enough for me as a mom, because I guess I have such high expectations because I've seen what my child is capable of, and just the good and the beautiful is not doing it for me. So I'm really excited to switch back to Abeka because I love Abeka's programs. I love their curriculum. I just felt like how I was doing in the past was too rigorous. So I'm excited about the changes. I'm excited to be using it with my middle child next year because he actually asks for it sometimes. He remembers the videos and seeing my older son doing them, so he'll ask for it every now and then. I'm like, oh, we don't do the videos anymore, but mommy can teach you, and gets all excited about it. So they're familiar with that. They like that. I think we're going to continue using Abeka for language arts moving forward. I don't see, depending on how it goes, but because I feel comfortable with it, I don't see us changing that for the foreseeable future. I think Abeka is actually a really good choice for our family for language arts. It's a great program. So with that said, these are the changes that I am making with our curriculum this year, and I'm very excited to get started with these new things. I'm gonna keep up with the language arts that I have until the Abeka shipment gets here. And we are starting with the IXL Science already. It is a secular science program. That's why this year I'm kind of limiting how long I'm gonna do it. I only expect to do it this year to fill that gap, like I said. And then I am going to get the junior notebook, and we're gonna try this astronomy, actually try to go for it next year. So everything else though, totally happy with, and we will see how it goes. Hopefully I won't have to come on here and say we're changing everything, but if that happens, oh well, you live and you learn. We're rolling with the punches as homeschool moms. We know that we just have to learn as we go and adapt as we go, adapt to our children, and also like honor ourselves and our teaching style. I may make another video on like teaching style, homeschool style, and go a little bit more in depth on how I'm figuring that out. But yeah. Okay, so that is the video. Thank you guys for watching. And if you have any questions or if you have any comments about what we've talked about today, please let me know. Leave them down in the comments below, and I would love to hear from you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.